All right, guys, just another What Sold video this week. Today is Thursday, and I'm giving you what's sold both Wednesday and Thursday through midday. Just trying to stay ahead on my shipping. Got some other things going on this week, so trying to make sure we're getting everything taken care of. I do have a really cool item that went out today. Well, a couple things to talk to you about, but one of which is if you don't already know, be on the lookout for ink. If you see ink anywhere, you know that possibly could be really good as far as return. Don't be afraid to even pay up a little bit for ink but always check the comps, because some of it is not worth anything and some of it's worth a whole lot. If you ever see toner, those are usually worth pretty good. The first item I got going out today, sorry guys, is this toner. This is HP 507. Is the cyan, the blue color. This thing is going out for $101. So I picked that thing up for $4 from a thrift store. So be on the lookout for that if you're doing that. And a couple days ago, I sold She-Hulk #1. I messaged the buyer. He left me good feedback after he received it. Comics, man, you need to be careful. Sometimes, people's interpretations of grade are different than what your interpretation of grade. So make sure you take really good pictures inside and outside, and list if there's any problems whatsoever with them. I messaged this buyer. He left me great feedback about his comic that he received. And so I messaged him back and said, hey, I also have issue 2 and 3 of the She-Hulk as well. So I asked him if he'd be interested in those as well. I had them listed, but I guess he didn't see them on my listing. So that is, those are going out for $32 plus shipping on those. So a great little flip. Got this item going out. This is Anso, a Peerless, a 1931 die-cast. This is made by the company Anso. You probably aren't going to be able to pick it up on the video, but that's what's listed right there. This did have a couple minor flaws. If you see in the front, one of the headlights is missing the cover, and also on this side, one of the little tiny door handles was missing. So I listed this for $17.50 plus shipping, and the buyer actually, this was bought within 30 minutes of putting it online. All the rest of them are like anywhere from $30 to $40, but I listed and put in my description, took close-up pictures of those two flaws and listed it a little cheaper, and it went pretty quick. So hopefully the buyer has read the description and won't get any trouble back on that. So the next item I have going out is this Harry Potter. This is the Prisoner of Azkaban. And this went out for $8.50 free ship. This came in a game lot that I'd bought recently. I think I got like probably 20 games for $10, so I got about 50 cents in it. The next item going out is this Bose bag. This is the portable dock station bag. So I'd found this. I think I paid $2 for this thing at a local thrift. This thing sold for $20 free shipping. It's probably going to cost about $6-7 to ship, because it's not heavy, but it is kind of bulky. So I have to put it in a little bit bigger box. And then another item I got going out is this Redline transmission fluid. This is going out for $17.99 free ship, and I know for a fact that thing costs about $8 to ship. So $10. I got this at a I think I paid like $1 or $2 for those. I picked them up at a estate sale. And then last but not least is this. You may have seen this in a previous video. I actually screwed up. I sent the buyer, I have this Xbox bag, and then I also had a PlayStation bag, and I had them stored like close together to each other. It's crazy. I pulled out the PlayStation bag because I had somebody else that was interested in that, and I was pulling it out just to double check on the flaw situation. They'd asked me if it had any tears or anything. Even though I took pictures inside and out, they were asking about something inside. And then I ended up, I shipped the buyer who bought the Xbox bag, I shipped him the PlayStation bag. And so, man, when I went to put the bag back in the area where I store those bags, I noticed that it was the Xbox bag, and I was like, oh man. So I immediately messaged the buyer, told him to check his package when he gets there, and that I'm sure that there was a mix up on my end and he got the wrong bag. And I said, if you're welcome to keep it, and then I'll sell you this other bag at a cheaper cost, or send it back and I'll send you the correct one. So he actually said that he liked the PlayStation bag as well. He was a gamer, and so he liked having that. So I actually sold him this pretty cheap. Well, essentially, I sold him this for $17.50 free ship, and he bought the other one. The PlayStation bag is actually the more valuable of the two, but he got a deal on that one. So at any rate, my screw up, but at least I didn't lose money. Still made a little bit of profit on those bags. I think I had, well, the PlayStation bag I got with a big lot of games and systems, so I would already made money. That was all clear profit. This Xbox bag came in a big lot of other video game systems I'd got as well. So made a little profit on both of them and kept the customer happy. Ended up getting 2 sales instead of 1. So even though it was a screw up, my encouragement is to make sure you communicate as quickly as possible. When you know you screwed up, just admit you screwed up and plead for mercy, essentially. And most of the time that works out in your favor. At least it does earn you some good graces with the buyer. You know, how often times we initially think if something's a little screwy, we tend to say, well, the guy's trying to scam me. Think of it from the buyer perspective as well. If we screw up, I'm sure they're thinking the same thing. This guy's trying to scam me. He's trying to take my money and not. So, you know, we are in a customer service business. If you sell online, that's just like if you had a retail shop. Like, you have to deal with the customers. Not saying the customer is always right, but we need to do what we can to make it right on our end. And it's easier with when you're nicer to people and when you're upfront with people and honest and not trying to do anything shady. So I could have came back with this guy and said, hey, yeah, you know, that was my screw up. That bag's an extra $7. But, you know, I don't think that would have went over too well. And really, at this point, I avoided getting bad feedback. I avoided losing a potential long-term customer. He is a gamer. I sell a lot of video game stuff. I did include that in one of my messages. I said, hey, you know, if you don't mind, tag my store. And I get video game stuff all the time. So maybe you'll find something later on that you like as well. But at any rate, that all worked out. So that's the kind of interesting thing we have. And, you know, like everybody else, we all make mistakes from time to time. And that was one of mine. So it did cost me a few dollars, but in the end, it worked out just by being upfront with the guy. So to all you guys that are out there that are resellers, man, good luck out there reselling, sourcing, and hopefully the sales are good for you. My sales have kind of been up and down, but that's eBay from what I see. But I consistently seem like my sales are growing. But some days I have low days, some days I have bad days. These kind of combined days, total was $247 on 7 items. And obviously in large part due to the printer ink that went out for $100. So it kind of helps the average for sure if you're able to do that. I think that put me up like around $34, $35 an item, even though I had some lower margin items in there. But obviously that includes shipping and eBay and PayPal fees. You know, I know there's plenty of guys that put stuff up there, you know, made this much today at the store, but in reality, $247, if you net 50% of that, that's a good day. I don't have a terrible amount of costs associated with these, but it ended up being a pretty decent profit day margin on those things. Anytime you can get yard sale stuff or lot items, you obviously can profit a little bit better than the norm. But all right, guys, well, I've rambled for a little bit, so anyway, good luck out there reselling. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe if you will, and you can get the little notifications when we put out new videos. I've been trying to put out at least 3 or 4 videos a week, mostly what sold videos. I'm in the process of looking for a camera to do some yard sale stuff when that hits, and also some thrift stores. Some of my thrift stores are a little funny about people filming, but for the most part, people are good about it. So it's just hard for me to film with my phone when I'm using it to look up things. So that's one of the things we're working towards, is improving the channel and improving obviously the way we communicate, and hopefully things get better as we progress. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.